Om. 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 Sayam. Just to recollect what we were discussing last week, Swami has just outlined what Krishna had told Arjuna about the type of devotion which he has to cultivate. He had given a series of instructions, gradually becoming easier for us to practice. That we should do all action for the Lord, and at last offer all the fruits of our actions to the Lord. And I think we discussed quite a bit last week. I think there were a couple of questions which we were trying to discuss, which we can continue to discuss. But I will ask the sisters to just read the section and then we can continue. Saira.
This is that path. Establish your mind and intelligence in me. If you cannot accomplish this and find it difficult, give up your egoism and carry on activities that are moral and holy. If even this is too difficult, give up attachment to the fruits, the consequences of all your acts. Offer them to me as Krishnarpanam. Offering your acts to me should not be a mere vocal exercise. Take care that you do so by word, by deed, and by thought. Mano vak karma, as they say. Do you feel that even this is beyond you? Then you will be made aware of the aftermath. After saying this much, Krishna sat silent for a while.
Okay, thank you very much, Kalyani. So, but I think we were discussing what exactly does it mean to offer the fruits of our actions. And then I had, I think, posed a rhetorical question. If our actions, the results of our actions are bad, can we still offer it to the Lord? I think that was the question. So I will open it up for discussion. I don't know whether anyone has thought about it. I think there were people who would have liked to share something, but we did not have time. So this is the time to discuss. What happens? Can we offer results which are bad to the Lord? Thank you.
Yes, Uncle, I did want to ask, what does it necessarily mean by it's because Krishna is giving, I guess, three options. So I'm thinking that the first option is like before you even think of the act or before you even contemplate on doing something, like your mind and buddhi are on Krishna. So you're always immersed in Krishna. Whereas the next step is that, okay, maybe your mind is not always immersed in Krishna, but when you're doing the action, then you do that work like conscious always that you're doing it for God. And then the third option is even if you did the action and maybe your mind, you had some other motives in mind when you were doing the action, you can still offer the fruits of that action to Krishna. So I just wanted to know, what does it necessarily mean? So I can just go about doing my regular work as I normally do, even if the thought of God doesn't even occur to me that day. At the end of the day, I could offer all my actions to Krishna. I can just, in my mind say that, okay, I offer this to you. But then what does it necessarily mean like, what are the consequences of offering your act to Krishna? And
yeah, so thanks, Kalyani. Yeah, I think I will just maybe Auntie, I will ask Auntie to clarify. The first one we understand, Swami Krishna is saying that we should be completely, we should be completely engrossed in the Lord. And then he says, if it is not possible, he said, I will show you something simpler, easier. And then he says, if you do that, you will benefit. Then he lists three things. First, he says, our mind and buddhi, we have to leave with the Krishna Lord. If that is difficult, then he gives the second one. He says, Bhagavad Artha Karmalvanu Che. So all action should be done in such a way that we will attain the Lord. Purushartha means for the sake of gaining the Lord. Bhagavad Artha Karma means
here, Arun, sorry.
Yes,
Ahankaramunu vadali.
yes.
Giving up your egoism, then Bhagavad. That's the second option which Krishna is giving.
Thank you. So we have to give up ego and then do what is Bhagavad Artha. That means to gain the Lord, so that your goal itself is to attain the Lord, that you will have him. Then he gives the third one, which is what we are discussing, which is offering your results of your actions to the Lord. So then Swami also clarifies that just saying that it's Krishna Arpanam just by mere words doesn't matter. It should be thought, word, and deed. So I think we are trying to, because that seems to be the easiest which he has offered. We thought we will just discuss that and see, have we understood, and how do we ensure that our mind, thought, word, and deed are involved in that offering. So that's the discussion. In that context, I had just posed a question. We may say, Swami, we offer. What happens if there's something went wrong when we are doing something? What do we do with that? Can we offer that also? That's the question I posed. So I will stop here and I will open it up. And I think, Kalyani, you have sort of elaborated on that. What does it involve? And so on. What are the results of that, or how do we evaluate that? Is that what you asked? How do we evaluate that we have offered to the Lord?
that's right. Yeah. Like, what are the consequences? Like, if I say I offer this to God, then what does that mean? Like, how should I behave? I guess.
Thank you. So I will open it up for discussion. So how do we know that we are really offering to the Lord the way we are expected to offer? And what happens then? So that we can know for a fact that we have offered, and maybe the Lord has accepted. Yes.
One minute.
Yes, I'm good.
Here, when Swami says Manovak Karma, by thought, by word, and by deed, you are offering to the Lord. But my question is, when we take up any action, are we thinking that the doership is mine or the doership is Lord's? That first question comes. Mostly because of the attachment to our body consciousness, whenever we take up any action, we feel that I am doing it. That ego will first come. That's where we have to train our mind in such a way that, egoistic attitude should never occur there when we are doing the action. How far we are able to delete that my ego, that's the question which I should ask myself. The first reaction when we take up any action is, oh, I'm doing it. It is mine. It's my work. That feeling comes first. How to avoid every action, wherever we do any action, to remove that kind of feeling? What are the steps that we can take? That's my question. Sairam.
Sairam, thank you very much.
Sairam,
Just
In
Yes.
addition to Auntie's thing, I just wanted to add little more things. Shall we understand what is this mind and intelligence in me first? What is the egoism he wants us to remove, and the attachment? Those four things, if we understand, then we can see where how we can do that kind of things, right? So I know mind and intelligence, what it's referred by that. And egoism, where it comes from, what is giving your ego, that kind of things. If we do some kind of discussion, it will give a clarity on it. Thank you, Saira.
Okay, sister, thank you for the question. See, there are three yukti, so three mechanisms or practices Swami has offered. My attempt was to go from the easiest. Okay, the first one which he has given is mano buddhi, mind and buddhi, leave it at the Lord. Then he says, if it is not difficult, if it's difficult, then you do the second one, which is give up your ego and then take up actions which will earn you the Lord. Goal of you do only actions for the sake of attaining the Lord or obtaining Him. It's the second category. Then he says, if that is also difficult, I will give you the third one, which he says, offer all your fruits of your actions to the Lord. So my attempt was to go from the easiest. If we can do that, then we can look at the second one, which is giving up the ahankara and doing Bhagavad Artha karmas. Then if that is also we think we are confident that we can do that, then we can look at the first option, which is mind and buddhi. Why don't we work from the easiest? The easiest is offering the fruits of your actions to the Lord. Okay, so that is the easiest part. If we all feel, oh, no problem, we can do it easily, then we can look at the second one. And then if we are good at that, then we'll go to the first one which he gave. So the third one which is offered according to Krishna is the easiest, which is offering the fruits of all actions to the Lord. Okay, so we will cover the mind and buddhi, sister, but I thought we will try that as a last one. See, I'm a very pessimistic person, so I want to make sure that I will try the easiest one. In any exam paper, all Swami says, if you see a tough question, go to the easiest one and do first. So let's go to the easiest one, which is, as Krishna says, offer the fruits of all your actions. Okay.
And not only offering the fruits of action, but with mind, with word, with deed.
Exactly.
There comes the problem. There comes the
problem. Auntie, I feel Swami is allowing us to keep the ahankara there in the easiest part, because in the second option only I said ahankaram vadali. Okay, give up. So this offering fruit, ahankara is allowed. We can keep a little bit of ahankara.
Okay.
So keeping the ahankara that I am the doer, but we'll offer the fruits to the Lord. That's the easiest part, I think, which all of us will agree. We can see, So yes, Sister Shivani.
It is practicable.
Yes, practical. Yes, Sister Shivani.
Sairam. So thank you for clarifying that we can keep our ego, because I was like, to take out that ego, maybe I'm not in this birth. I don't know when that will happen. I mean, ego is such a dangerous thing. It comes so certainly that we don't even realize, at least with me. So on a practical, something which I have been practicing, I don't know how much I have, accepting the result of it. Sometimes, many times it doesn't work in my favor, like how I was looking at. I think in this study circle in the past, I think Brother Arno, you mentioned in some context as well, that accepting that, whatever it is, I mean, it might not look how So not to be reactive, just more to be active. Just keep doing it and just keep moving on it. And I remember one situation that, if it doesn't work in your favor, it's okay. And that's what the offering to Lord is. You're accepting. But in a difficult situation, should we keep our mouth shut? No, you are saying things because you believe at this time I am in that position and I can say things and I can do certain things. So do whatever, but don't worry about the end result of it. So I think something I have learned and I have been practicing it. I don't know if it's reaching to Bhagawan, but accepting the result, it gives me, it's his intervention. He will take care of it. That's my 2 cents. Simon.
Thank you, sister. Anyone else would like to share your thoughts, please? So what does it involve to offer the Lord in thought, word, and deed, the fruits of our actions? So sister has mentioned that we have to accept the results. So that means you have still not offered.
Who is it?
Yeah, you're keeping it for yourself.
So if I'm accepting the result, I didn't offer to him. I think I'm confused now then.
Yeah, that's why I asked,
Okay.
Yes, Brother Tasan.
Yes, I am, brother. So we are talking about the Niskama Karma. So that when you are talking about the Niskama Karma, the words, thoughts, deeds supposed to be important. Same time, you have to do it with a love. And there should be no hatreds or anything. Even if you are cooking the food, the words, thoughts, deeds supposed to be good. And last time we were discussing about something we spoil the food and we can ask some pardon. So you just go back to 50 years back. Swami is coming to your home. Are you going to offer the food? No, you will cook the food because we are differentiating the Swami is different, the picture is different. So the words is correct, thoughts are correct, deeds is wrong there. So same way, if even the Archana, he's a Kshatriya, so he has to fight. So you don't need to worry about what is the consequence going to be. You do whatever your duty is, what is correct. So fighting is the Kshatriya's job and protecting the country. So as far as you think if without the ego, that means mine and I is not there. If you do the work, and Lord will be with you. Thank you, Saira.
So brother, sorry for, trying to understand what you said.
Yeah.
I think the last sentence you said was without ego. So without ego, then you have gone to the second step.
Without ego, without so when you are doing the Niskama Karma, then I and mine and I is not supposed to be there.
But so in this sentence, Swami says, offer all the fruits to me.
Yes.
In that, he has not given, leave the ahankara. Leave the ahankara, he has given as a second option, brother. So what we feel is, Swami has not insisted upon giving up the ahankara in the third step. Just offer all the fruits to me. So, but you are suggesting I think you have gone to the second stage. Number one. Number two, I also have a question. Whether 50 years or today, if something we do and it goes wrong, even in spite of all of our efforts, okay, we are cooking, we are not on the phone, we are just watching the stove, watching the pot, still something went wrong. What do we do with that?
So we had to cook the food again. Something.
So what happens to the food which you already cooked, brother? What do we do with that?
We had to throw the food. We had to make the good food.
No.
But the food is good.
So then you are not offering to the Lord.
No, because the words okay, thoughts okay, but deed was wrong there. Whatever the action you did it is wrong. Am I right, brother?
See, brother, whether thought, word, and deed, he is not telling that you have to offer it only. Thought, word, and deed offer. So that means if you say I'm offering,
Yeah.
even action you offer.
Yeah, action.
He's not, see, he's not telling give me only good stuff.
So that means action is wrong. How can we offer, brother?
Then you want to keep it for yourself?
If the action is wrong there, that outcome is, that's wrong. The output is
See,
wrong.
Krishna has not
Input is okay,
qualified.
output is wrong.
Brother,
That that is food is not good, and how can we offer that one, brother?
So then, but Krishna has not qualified
my
that the
internet.
fruits
Yeah.
have to be good.
Yes.
See, because Swami says what we have
I
to
think
sacrifice.
internet's having some problems here. Can you hear
offer,
me,
just
brother?
offer it. You said some problems?
Yeah, that internet sometimes going down, dropping, I think. Yeah,
See,
okay, go ahead, brother. Now I can hear you.
Okay. Now what I'm saying is Krishna has not differentiated good fruits and bad fruits.
Yeah.
He says, offer everything to me, because until we reach that final stage of completely complete divinity, whatever we do is going to be faulty. Even if we think it is good, it may be faulty.
But without knowing if we made any mistake, that's what we are doing.
What to do with that?
Sama Pratana. We are offering the Sama Pratana.
No, see, he's not asking us to ask forgiveness.
Yes.
He is just telling offer.
Yeah. But if you don't know that you have made the mistake, then you can offer. Okay, brother. We'll ask others thing
Okay,
too.
thank you. No, I just asked, brother. Sorry for, so that jointly, we had commonly, we should get clarity. That's all. Yes, Santi Sako, please go ahead.
Yes, I don't know. You are asking a question. If you are going to feed burnt rice to your kid?
So then what will we do, Auntie?
Knowingly, they say burnt food causes cancer. Knowingly, will you offer it to your own kids?
We will not.
We will not.
Yes.
We will not.
Yes.
The same manner, if you love God and you think God is everything for you, He is the master of your soul and He is the absolute truth, and you will not do anything without surrendering. You offer every thought, word, and deed all together, you offer it. And then when you do it, surely divine energy will never allow the food to go bad. That belief has to be there. That belief that God is there. And whatever the outcome is, then you have to think, for some reason this has happened, and you should ask forgiveness, as Dasan says. Maybe you were mentally, while you're doing something, you were thinking of something else. Something must have gone wrong in the procedure. The gopis, whatever they were thinking of Lord Krishna only. Even all the sufferings they went through. I read or I heard from one of the things that 125 years they had this Krishna consciousness in their life. They were so dedicated. But Krishna knew, and he called them yogis, but yet he didn't give any kind of treatment that he gave to Radha. I don't know why, but he acknowledged their devotion. So I think Krishna is expecting all of us to come to that level. Through practice, only we can come.
Thank you, Auntie.
You're welcome.
Sister Aruna, you have something to share?
Sairam, brother. It's an interesting thing to think about the burned rice here, because even offering, the last sentence clearly says, offer to me, not mere vocal exercise. Just thinking, oh, whatever I'm done now, I'm offering. But once you come to know that you have made a mistake of burning, then I think we should be taking an action. Okay. Yes, we have to offer the fruit of our action, but as long as we are content with that.
So,
Then if we are not
sister,
content, okay.
So my question is, we have burnt rice with us. What do we do with that?
What?
We give it to the animals.
We made a mistake.
That is also an
What
offering.
you have to do? You don't rectify.
So, do you want to give it? How can we give it to the animals?
I know.
It's
No,
good for the
no
bird life.
animals even, brother. We have to rectify. That's all I know. But how we are going to rectify? We are going to get the discussion going on. Then we will see what is this.
Okay.
That's all I think of. Thank you.
Okay.
Because as for me, once I come to know that is not a good food, Swami says, with your thought, word, and deed, has to synchronize to offer. So I am not going to offer, but we can do with the burnt food, that we'll find out. But
No,
I
I'm
cannot
just
offer. That's all.
okay. Yes, Uncle Gopalan.
Sairam, I just have another question on the question. What did Shishupala, what did Ravana offer to God?
What did they
Shishupala
offer?
was always blaming, he was blaming Krishna. And Ravana was always hating Vishnu. So ultimately, both of them merged with the God. What did they offer? They offer all the negative things. Their ego they offered. And similarly in Shiva, the Gantamani, the one, the Asura, was always hated the name of Shiva. And ultimately, he merged with Shiva. So those kind of offerings they were doing.
Thank you, Uncle. Thank you. Uncle has given the answer also, questions and answer. Thank you, Uncle. And recently I was listening to a discourse where Swami says, to have darshan of the Lord, you don't need to be good. For the Lord to talk to you, you don't need to be good. He says, Kamsa had darshan, Ravana had darshan, even Krishna even spoke to them. Shishupala had darshan and he spoke. So he said, just because you talk to the Lord or see the Lord, doesn't mean you need to do something good. That itself is proof. That Swami is saying. But then he says, but for the Lord to like you, to call you his dear one, there you have to make effort. So that is just a side remark, but thanks, Uncle.
So
We will.
I don't know. Ravana is not a good example. Shishupala is not a good example.
No, I think, no. See, what Uncle was trying to say is the Lord accepts anything. To that, I think that was his point, from what I understand. So I think Uncle was asking, they offered something and the Lord accepted. So how? But the thing is, the way he accepted is, slightly different. It's very difficult. I don't know whether we want to try that. But I'm just talking. We'll see what we can do. We may never become Ravana or Shishupala. Okay.
Sairam, for God, there is no good, there is no bad.
Exactly.
Everything is good for him. Whatever we offer, he takes. That's my answer. Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you very much, Auntie. Yes, Kalyani, please go ahead.
I think, Uncle, you have mentioned before, and Swami had said that, like, even if Swami is the one who can handle all the bad qualities, like Shiva taking the poison to protect the world. So rather than offer it to any animal or anyone else who might get hurt by that, if we offer it to God, he can handle it. And also, I guess when we think about the fruits of our actions, the fruits of our actions is something that actually we will eat, right? We will eat no matter what. So if I've burnt that rice, we can't negate that by doing anything else. If I've made a mistake, I will have to eat that burnt rice at some point. I will have to eat that consequence. So if I would feel that I hope Swami will take it from me maybe and help me.
See, that's why you are supposed to pray. Brahmarpanam, Brahma Havir, Brahmatna, Brahmana Hutam, Brahmaivati Nagantavim, Brahma Karmasam. Because the Lord has the ability to make it good.
He has the ability.
He has the ability. No one in the world has the ability. That's the faith of the Lord. Because I asked the question, because I just asked the question, maybe I shouldn't have done that because having that answer also, but I just wanted the discussion to go on. The reality, I think Auntie Sakku mentioned gopis. So I was reminded of a story told by Swami about the gopikas. Once when Narada went to see Vishnu, Krishna, he was rolling in the bed. When apparently every during incarnations, each of the incarnation actually comes with a disease also apparently. Every incarnation comes with a disease also, which is born with them, and it troubles their body as long as that body remains. Rama is supposed to have had breathing problem. Krishna suffered from stomachache once in a while. When I had stomachache, I also think, Krishna suffered, why not us? But Krishna was unbearably, the pain was unbearable. Krishna was rolling when Narada went. So Narada said, oh Krishna, you help everyone in this world. If you are suffering, what can we do? There must be some medicine, you tell, we will do what we can. Then he said, he rolled and rolled, and then he said, I know the medicine for this. The medicine is the dust from the feet of a real devotee.
Gopika.
So this is what he said. So then Narada thought, okay, who is a good devotee? He thought, maybe I am a good devotee also. But he was not prepared to give his dust from the feet. How can I give? That's what he thought. So then he thought he will find other devotees. So he asked Rukmani, Satyabhama, and whoever was there around who had devotion for Swami Krishna, he asked, and everyone refused. Then he didn't know what to do. So then he asked Krishna again, what can we do? Everyone is refusing. Then he said, go to Vrindavan. So he went to Vrindavan. And went to Vrindavan, and the gopis came and said, what's the news? Where's Krishna? What's happening? So apparently Narada said, Krishna is suffering from his stomachache and is unbearable pain he's suffering. I am looking for medicine. They asked, what is the medicine? They said, his devotees' feet, dust. They said, absolutely no problem. They right away ran and brought some piece of cloth, and all of them jumped and cleaned their feet and they said, take it. So Narada is supposed to have taken that and come. And Krishna got better. So this is a story told by Swami. The devotee doesn't worry about anything. If the Lord wants something, he will accept anything, they will give everything. They will not use the brain and say, oh, feed from my dust, that is only the animals can take it, lick it or something like that. They are willing to give anything to the Lord. So that was their devotion, because they had the confidence that the Lord will accept anything. Nothing in this world will harm him. He can make everything good. We will offer everything we have to them. That's their devotion. So the thing is, I think they were not worried about even the consequence. Oh, I will go to hell. Maybe, some bad thing will happen to me. They have total faith, total confidence in the Lord. So even if it is burnt rice, or as Kalyani has already mentioned, when they were doing, Devas and Asuras were churning the ocean, first came the poison. They didn't know what to do. Then they had to seek Krishna, Shiva to accept it, and he accepted it and saved the world. That's the story. And Swami also says, give all your bad qualities to me, because I am the only one who can make them good. I can accept and make them Amritam. So that is the secret. So I think we should not hold back anything. We should offer everything to the Lord. But when we offer everything to the Lord, if there is people are, there's bad things being said, offer that also. If people are beating us, that beating also we can offer to the Lord. If somebody is abusing us, that abuse also we can offer to the Lord. Because that's the result of our actions, intentionally or unintentionally. What happens through this process is we will think of the Lord, and the Lord who is capable of accepting will accept. And through that process, we can become cleaner, better, purer, and so on. So without batting an eyelid, at least at that time, we will think of the Lord. So I think the consequences of that is, even if there are bad results, which is hurting us, we will offer that hurt also to the Lord. If you're suffering from pain or ailments, that also we offer to the Lord. Through all this process, we will remember the Lord, at least that way. So that also means when there's something good comes, also we offer to the Lord. So we will not be elated that, oh, this has happened, So through this process, we will neither be jubilant about something or downcast by something. That's the process which is easy, according to Krishna, for us to practice. Even though our ego is there, even though our bad qualities are there, I think that's something which we can attempt. Okay, this is my understanding. I will
That's
stop
a wonderful
here.
understanding. So
Exactly.
Kanapanayan also we can say with a lot of devotion he offered meat to Lord Shiva.
Yes.
Thank you.
Saira.
You are there.
Brother Dasan.
Yes, Sairam, brother. And coming back to the fruit of the action, how you offer to the Lord. If you have two surgery, two patients, two doctors, both prayed and started to do their surgery. The doctor A made a mistake and the person died. Maybe looking at somewhere, I don't know, the concern, the mind was not there, some reason he made a mistake, he knows. And the second person, words, thoughts, deeds all correct, still the person died. The B can offer to the Lord fruit of the action. Here A cannot because he made a sin. So how we going to how we can offer to the Lord the A what he the duty was wrong. So you cannot offer to him.
So you want that person to keep it for himself?
No, because he cannot offer to him because he made a mistake, he made a sin. So how can you made a mistake and a sin and everything, and you can ask Lord to forgive me. You can ask Lord to correct me next time. I won't do like this. How can I improve my things? So we have to be careful when we offering to the Lord. The words, thoughts supposed to be aligned, and you're supposed to have a love in that one when you're doing the duty. That is my concern, brother. Thank you.
If we don't offer, what happens to it? My question, brother.
Yeah, if you don't, how can you offer that one? You made a mistake. You cannot offer to Lord because
So then
you purposely you know that you made a mistake.
So brother,
Yeah.
where are you offering? Who is taking it, accepting it?
No, if you made a mistake, brother, you and you kill one person with your thought is not good. Your mind is not there. So Lord Lord is saying your mind's supposed to be good. You have to have the love when you're doing the duty. Otherwise, you cannot offer that one. Lord is not going to accept that one.
Okay. Lord is not going to accept?
No. Because your words, thoughts, deeds not align. You have to go to a different karma state, you know. That is akarma.
Brother Arun, sorry, who was that who was saying Mara Mara? Valmiki ji?
Yes.
And
yes.
it was right? He
Yes.
was reciting Mara Mara. Okay.
So, sister, are you suggesting that whatever bad things which Valmiki did, he offered?
I'm just, I don't know. I'm not saying anything, but I'm just remembering that.
You don't want to offer it to Swami?
Sorry?
No.
I mean, he was reciting Mara Mara, and look, it's just yeah, even, I don't know how to express, but yeah, anything good or bad, in my opinion, he will accept. The worst to worst, like even your worst nature, I have seen within myself as well. He will accept. He just wants us to offer him, and we forget and remember him.
Yeah, the reason is my opinion is Mara that because he forgot the word Rama and he doesn't know what to say, then he thought Lord name is Mara. Lord has any name, but the words, thoughts, deeds are correct, aligned. Then he started to think about the Lord, and with the Lord grace, you'll get the ignorant gone. Then you'll get the light on you. Thank you, Saira.
So are you saying if you intentionally do wrong things and offer him, he won't accept, right?
Sister Shivani, do you know what Mara means?
Yeah. Hindi Mara is like death, die. Mara.
Yes. So the thing is, Brother Dasan, because Valmiki was a highway robber, he was killing people. And so killing is what he knew. And that's a word he knew, which he has been practicing all along. Mara. So Narada is supposed to have given him, told him, don't worry, you just chant Mara. And think of Rama, just chant Mara. And that's what Valmiki did. So it's not that he forgot Rama, he didn't know Rama. He only knew killing. So he was given that as a solution. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Brother, so I just coming back to that offering again.
Yes.
So why Narada didn't offer it, but Gopikas offered. So the difference here is the feelings, right? They didn't think as a bad. When you think within yourself, this is not a good food, then don't offer. That's how I feel from the story. Thank you, Sarah.
Very, very good, sister. Because what we, according to human intelligence, think is bad, in the eyes of God, it is all same. So why I use the word burnt was at the end we all burn ourselves also, our body also burns. And what the Lord takes that ash and applies it on himself. The Lord doesn't need food. He is not a slave to the taste. For him, everything is same. What is burned for you is not burned for the Lord. For him, everything is the same. Okay, we will understand that. But the thing is, devotee will understand. That's why we wear vibhuti. Because it's burnt. What is left after burning is, what gets burnt is our ego. We will, ultimately, for the Lord, there is no good, bad. But what Swami is trying to say is, what Krishna is trying to say is, because if you do not, whether you offer it or not, the Lord has to accept. He doesn't have a choice because he is everywhere. He is accepting all the things in this world. Whatever people, he is a shock absorber. somebody has to absorb all the bad things. And it's the Lord's job, and He's doing it whether we offer it or not. If we are burnt and we think we are giving to animals, is God not in them? He says, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritaha. Whoever eats, it's the Lord who eats. Okay, whether we give it to animals, whether even we dig the earth and put it under and cover it, there are organisms eating that. And the Lord is present in everyone as Aham Vaishvanaro. That's the prayer. So the thing is, there's nowhere to go. No. As soon as you have done it, only the Lord has to absorb it anyway. Whether we ask or not, whether we offer or not, the Lord is taking everything, because He is in everyone, and He says, I am the one who is digesting the food in every living being. But the thing is, when we don't know that, we will think, oh, in front of the picture only, the Lord is there. Okay, so it is understanding and realizing that whatever has happened, of course, if we repent that we have made a mistake, I'm sure we can always improve. I think God will accept. That's independent of the results of our previous actions. Because God is always taking care of it. He is the only one, everything reaches Him. Swami says, whether you pray, bow down to somebody also, it will reach Keshava. If you scold or scream at someone also, it will reach Keshava. Whether we say it or not, it reaches the Lord. So you might as well offer it. We might as well remember to offer it to the Lord. That's my understanding. Yes, Auntie Saku.
I have two questions. The first question is, Lord Buddha, he was offered poison mixed food. He knew it. Is that why he took it? Without
every person, who divine person, has accepted negative things. Whether it's Jesus put on the cross or Buddha, they just accepted, because once you identify with the Lord, you accept not because you are a human being accepting it. They accepted it as God accepting it. That's my understanding.
Thank you. Second question is, sorry.
I'm just telling my, sorry, you shouldn't think that, I think I understand it. Right?
No.
Just for discussion.
No, you are there to clear us. Second one is what we are thinking is, what I'm thinking, I have to practice eating burned rice because I am not used to. How can I offer to God and then not eat? I made this with Purakarma. I made that the balls. I offered Baba 2. I took 1. My husband took 1. I couldn't eat it. After that, I didn't feel like doing it because it's not fair to offer something that I cannot eat. Can you help me here?
So Auntie has a problem offering it to herself. If she can't offer to herself, she doesn't want to offer to the Lord. Am I right, Auntie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I don't have an answer. Maybe I should not give an answer. I will ask others to give an answer. Yes, Sister Shivani.
No, it's just a clarification on the answer I gave to Sister Kalyani. Is like when you offer and don't worry about accept the result, you said you're not offering. So maybe I didn't understand. When you get a time, like, so when I accept the result of my action, it's not an offering.
Oh, I see.
That question.
Because that's what I'm thinking. I'm very happy that I'm offering to him.
When we say we accept, there's a sense of ego there. Okay, we are hold. See, there is, I think in somewhere, somebody before Swami talking, before Swami asked people to give a talk. So one person got up and he said, I take Swami's blessings. I pray that Swami speaks through me. And then if I have said anything, all that I am saying good, or it's offered at the feet of Swami. If anything which I am going to say which is not correct, I don't want to offer. Then Swami stopped there and asked, why are you keeping something for yourself? Why are you keeping something for yourself? I can I can handle that also, he said.
Yeah.
Okay.
And who it yourself? Yeah, if we are thinking about the body and mind, then it's myself. But once we realize this is just the body and mind is a tool, right?
The person who is offering to the Lord everything will always make the best. They will do their best. That is a given. Okay, I don't think we have to question that. Because if a person is offering, has the tendency to offer through thought, word, and deed, they will always try to do the best. Based on their ability. Their ability may be very poor, but they will offer to the best of their ability and the Lord will accept. Because the Lord is capable of handling anything. For him, there is nothing good or bad. But the love and the sincerity, I think, matters. If it makes, we have to be sincere. I think that's most important. Yes, sister.
So,
Yes, auntie, please. Sister Aruna, wait, please. Mani auntie will say.
As far as Sakuji's question is, Sakuji, your taste buds are very, very sensitive. You can make the difference between what is good. Lord is not like that. Just now we are discussing, he is beyond all these taste buds. He will accept
I know.
intention.
My senses are bad.
The intention with which you are offering is more for him, more than the taste or anything. And we are at human level, we want the best things. Our taste should be the best one. So that's how we differentiate. Sairam.
Sairam. Thank you.
Yes, Sister Aruna.
Sairam, brother. When we are now, I think this based on the discussion, when we are offering, we are thinking as the best. That is for, from our state of mind, right? But when you're like a burnt food, even when you're offering, you think, I made a mistake, Swami. You ask for forgiveness, and that offering will take back, Swami. That's how we are relating to the food and taste, as Auntie said. But offering bad and good with our intention, which is good and bad, it's we are deciding within ourselves. But for Lord is not there. That's how then when we relate to food and we are going to our senses, that's why we couldn't come out of it to see how to offer. But you can offer everything to Lord as long as you are doing with a good thought, words, and deeds. Thank you, Sairam.
Yes. Thank you, sister. Brother Dasan.
Okay, Sairam, brother. So I'm just going back to 40 years ago at your Prasant Nilayam, Baba's birthday. We cooked the food and it's all burnt. Is Baba is going to allow us to give the food to the devotees whoever came there, or he will say, no, you have to cook it again or give some other food?
Yes, brother. We have to cook and give some other food.
Yes,
but then what do you do with that food which is burnt? Is the question.
We have to throw it. We have to throw it. That is because we cannot give to animal, or we cannot eat that one too.
So when you throw it, what do you do?
No, we have to throw it. It's because fruit of the action is our duty. Because we are Swami saying when you offer your word, thought, deed, then you can get rid of your ego.
Where are you going to throw it, brother? Where are you going to throw?
No, we have to throw it in the garbage. We cannot eat, we cannot consume that one. Okay.
God is not there.
So, but immediately Swami will say, how can you give this food to my devotees? They came over here to look at me, look at my devotion. End of the day, you guys, Swami will tell, this is the way you treat my devotees. That's what Swami will ask us if I cook the food.
Brother, my question is,
yeah,
is Swami not there in the garbage dump?
No, because no, that's what Swami will say and that particular day. Is he going to accept that food?
No, no, my question is,
Yeah.
my question is very simple, brother. You are not going to serve to people. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because they will be, won't be able to eat just like Sakwanti.
Yeah.
So as just the way Sakwanti mentioned.
Yes.
But the thing is, even when we are throwing it in the garbage dump,
Yeah.
we should know that Swami is there also.
Yeah, because
So,
of Prakriti.
Pardon?
Because of the Prakriti, Swami is everywhere. Swami
He's
is that.
there. So there's nowhere you can throw where God doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Okay, so even when you throw it in the garbage dump,
Mm-hmm.
your thought should be, oh Lord, this is the only place where I can offer you.
Yeah, garbage, yeah.
Please accept it.
Yes.
He can take that, and
Yeah.
from that he will grow plants for you.
Yeah, definitely, brother. I accept that. Even at home, even if I'm going to throw the rice, we cannot eat the food or something like the stale. I just pray the Lord, please forgive me. I'm going to put in the garbage today. Am I right, brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I think we read in Sandeha Nivarani, I think.
Mhm.
I don't know, I will take everyone back to Sandeha Nivarani. Sandeha Nivarani, Swami makes a statement to the devotee. Never ask for pardon. I don't know if anyone remembers. I think Kalyani will remember. I think we had a big discussion about this. Swami says, never ask for pardon.
So if you do anything bad, or you are doing everyday bad, you are not going to ask pardon, brother. You have to be my opinion. The night, if you have
No,
done,
so that's why I'm asking. Do you remember the Sandeha Nivarani discussion?
I can remember something coming
Maybe we
out.
have to go back and listen to that audio
Yes.
recording. See,
But
the thing is, what Swami is saying is, if you have done something wrong, resolve that you will not repeat.
mhm.
Okay. Resolve, that is the offering. That is your offering to the Lord. But at the same time, if what you have done wrong, it's done. Spilt milk. But the thing is, the Lord, just say, Lord, with my inability, with my
Yes.
imperfection, I have done this. I don't have anything else to offer. I have to offer this to you. And the Lord accepts. The story of Kuchela comes, Kuchela brought some
The rice, yeah. Then one handful, right?
Yeah, it is not even it was not edible.
Yeah, he accepted.
He did not the Lord accepts it.
Yeah, with
And
a lot.
Lord seeks it and accepts because he is doing a favor. See, that we should understand that for the Lord, we are all children, small children. If the child says, Mom or Dad, I cooked something, and even if it's so unpalatable, you will just consume it and say, oh, very tasty. That's the way the Lord is. See, the thing is, in offering everything to the Lord, actually, we are strengthening our bond with the Lord. We are strengthening our bond with the Lord. See, I'm not talking about people saying, I offered it to Swami. That is just words. As just like strengthening our bond with the parent will accept anything. With that intention, sincerity we should offer, then our bond actually gets strengthened. And that's what Krishna is suggesting, that we should practice. But the thing is, what is the end result of that? I think that's what Kalyani asked. We will never be troubled by anything. We will never be troubled by anything. We will never have fear. We will never have worry. Because we have offered it to the Lord. We will not cry. We will not feel that we are suffering. No thought will come. Absolutely no thought. Even if we are suffering, we'll say, oh Lord, I will offer you the suffering also. Because we will be free. So that is what Krishna is telling. Just offer everything to me and take all good things to me. Which is Swami in many discourses have said. You are coming, all your burdens, your problems, your defects, your everything offer and take what I have. Because I can accept everything. That's what Swami says. So the thing is, we don't have the strength even to become good. Even for me to have the concentration, it's the Lord who can give us the concentration. That's the reality. When that is a reality, a devotee accepts it, accepts their imperfection, and offer it to the Lord. Lord, give me better ability, better concentration, more love, so I can love you more. But today, this soul I am capable. I offer this one. I have only this to offer. It's imperfect. It's defective. Maybe it's bad, but I don't have. But the thing is that if through that process, if our bond strengthens with the Lord, that's good enough. So we cannot throw anywhere to anywhere and say we are not offered to the Lord. Whatever we do, we are actually no choice but to offer to the Lord. Yes, Uncle Gopalan, please.
Sairam Arun.
Yes.
Auntie Chaku's question about offering, pardon me. No, remember that the one of the devotees very jealous of Swami, and she made a vada with the poison, right?
Yes,
so
Alison, yes.
Yes, so even though she jealous of Swami and gave the poison, but Swami did accept it, and so. And that's the one thing. And then everything Swami is doing, like if we think like we are doing, then is our fault. He is the doer. He is the doing it through us. So whatever we are doing is for his Asirvadam. That's what I say. Sairam.
Thank you.
Sairam, brother, I'm sorry to interrupt you. And that vada, that Swami didn't allow other devotees to accept that one. He ate the vada, and after that he vomited. That story.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Kalyani.
Uncle. So when Swami's saying you offer all the karma phala, and we're saying that Swami will necessarily like accept everything that we offer to him, that means that as we're doing the actions and we're offering all the fruits of our actions, that means Swami is eating it all up. Like he's absolving us of all that karma phala. Like, and then so I guess the thought, because sometimes when something bad happens, my mind immediately goes back to thinking about the wrong things I've done and be like, maybe this is the reason why. But even I should not have that thought because like, because I should think that.
That is also the fruit, no?
Yeah.
That is also the fruit. Of us feeling bad is also we accepting the fruit.
Yes.
See, the thing is, sometimes it's we want to offer the best. Sometimes ego comes in big way. Because I'm good, I'm going to do something very good, I'm going to offer it. We may think we have offered. No. We have just taken all the credit for ourselves. See, when you cooked some nice dish to the Lord, we will be saying, I offered this to Swami. If you have offered, you wouldn't be talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the thing is, sometimes ego comes in a big way. But here, that's why Krishna is not telling, give me all the good. Offer all fruits of all actions. So ultimately, he is freeing us from our own imprisonment of ourselves in ego, ultimately. Which is what Krishna is telling Arjuna. Arjuna, fight. I have already killed them. You just do your job. You are not killing anyone because I have already done the job. If they are dying. So see, we are talking about this. Krishna, Arjuna was complaining, I'm going to do something bad. People are going to suffer. People are going to cry. Krishna is telling, see, this is an extreme situation Arjuna is facing. We are never going to be in that situation. Even there, Krishna is telling, do your job. Offer that to me. Ma manusmara yudhyacha. He's telling, fight, thinking of me. I have already killed them. Whoever has to die. You are just a nimitta matram. You are just an instrument. Realize that, offer whatever you are doing to me. So the thing is, it is the ego which actually plays all these tricks. I have done it, I have done something wrong, I have done something good. As soon as if we are capable of thinking I am doing something good, then I always will say I am done something bad. You see, that is doership. Ultimately, the doership is the one which causes us problem. But once we start offering everything, even if it's bad or good, everything to the Lord, we will never be affected. We will never be affected. This theory, okay, that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, but Krishna wants us to practice that. It is difficult. But the thing is, if we are sincere, we will always use the best of our abilities to offer to the Lord. See, once we discuss this, every time you will be thinking of the Lord. Every time you will be thinking, I have done something, can I offer? Will the Lord accept? That thought process is good enough because you are thinking of the Lord. Your mind and buddhi are already there. See, Krishna is telling these three things, three approaches, result is the same. Result is the same.
Yeah. 1 hour we have discussed about burnt food.
We have burned time, and the auntie is saying we have burned the time.
Burnt food. So can we move on to the next
We
one?
move.
Yeah.
I think we have discussed enough. Now we'll offer it to Swami and then we'll move to the second one. How do we give up ahankara? And Bhagavad Artha Karma we do.
Bhagavad Artha Karma.
Which is what Mani Aunty started with. So we'll discuss that. How do we remove ahankara? So which is again doership. So that's why I said, three different techniques, but same thing. Because as long as we have ahankara, we cannot offer. We will never offer. Because we'll think, oh, I will keep this for myself. I will keep, even credit we will take. We will say we have offered it to the Lord, but we will take the credit of offering to the Lord. That's the problem with ahankara. But I will open it up for discussion. Anyone? But I think Swami has added one thing, which is Bhagavad Artha Karyam. Okay. How do we do that?
Uncle, is it similar to how I think there's also the saying Sarva Karma Bhagavat Priti Artham?
Prityartham. Yeah, Sarva Karma Bhagavat Prityartham.
So because you can earn the Lord only by pleasing Him. Okay. Once you please the Lord, you have won Him over. Anyone, if you want to win over, you have to do things which pleases them. Yes.
Bhagavad Artha Karmam, I think it has been translated as moral and holy.
I know.
Moral and holy.
Yeah, but it doesn't convey the same message.
Karma.
I thought if you give up your ahankara, then if you really don't have ahankara, aren't you just already in that state of oneness with God? Then where's the question of doing Bhagavad Artha Karma? Because there's only the one.
No, I think when you give up ahankara, I think what Swami refers to is you do not identify with the body or the mind. You identify yourself as the Jivatma. So still there's the Paramatma there. The concept of Paramatma. You still have a sense of duality. But you still want to earn the Lord's grace, love, or whatever, or Lord Himself. So I think that is you are taken to the final stage. We feeling one. But these are all processes to get to that point, no doubt. Yes. That's my understanding. So the thing is, even the first one and the second one, we will make the effort to please the Lord. As Brother Dasan was telling, we will cook again. We ask for pardon and cook again. But only thing is, without ahankara, you will, okay, I've given you bad food this time. Next time I'm going to make you good food. Things like that. Just the way Sister Shivani gave bad food and still got credit. Next time she cooked well after that.
Yeah.
So if we do every action as Bhagavat Artha Karma, that means like everything, like every step we take, we think that we're walking towards the Lord. Like,
Yes.
But what about when it comes to words? Like every word you say should be taking you closer to the Lord, or?
Yeah, I think so. Then we will not say anything which is
Bad.
bad. I don't know whether everyone has offered everything to the Lord. There's total silence.
Mm.
Then we'll go to the Mano Buddhi. I think then. The first one, Swami is saying we have to offer the mind and intelligence, discrimination. See this, that establish your mind and intelligence in me.
Uncle, what's
Actually, pardon?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying in each of them, we can't do whatever he has said without our mind and intelligence on the Lord. Because everywhere we are going to discriminate. We think of the Lord, then we'll say, is it right? Can I offer? Which is again buddhi. He's actually asking us to do the same thing in 3 different ways.
Well, Uncle, like, with the third one, say you weren't thinking of the Lord, but can you later, you remember, you're like, can you still offer that? That was why I thought it was maybe easier, because even if you didn't remember the Lord while you were doing the action, at the end, you can at least offer it.
First time you may forget, but the next time you will not. See, it's all abhyasa ultimately, no? It's all practice. The first time you didn't remember, you offered. The next time, when you're doing it, you'll think, I have to offer, so I have to be careful. So I think the practice makes us perfect. Okay. So the ultimate goal, ultimate success, it'll take us towards the goal of being able to think of the Lord all the time. The first time, yes, we may completely forget. Even now and then we may forget even along the way. But slowly, it will take us, without our knowledge, it will take us there. Because just like everything in life, if you're a driver, car driving, initially we'll make mistakes. We may not put the signal, we may not, all sorts of things will happen. But through practice, after some time, everything will become automatic. You will never forget to put the signal because it's just memory, muscle memory, or whatever. So that's also Krishna is telling. Try that, to do that over a period of time. See, we had start somewhere, but I think when we end up at the final stage, we will naturally do everything very, without thinking. So Krishna is giving 3 ways. You try this, but actually he is asking you to do the same thing. It's like a good teacher, he will see this student, if I ask them to do this, they will end up, So it is our ability and our style, our interest. According to that, he is given 3 techniques.
Of all the 3 techniques, first is very difficult. Mind and intelligence to put it in self. Most difficult one. I just said. Then he knows that we are all below average students. So he came down.
I was going to ask exactly what is it saying in Telugu? It says Nayandunchunu. What does that mean?
Nayandunchuno. Keep.
Place it in me.
Place it.
Unchu means to place. In me, you place them. Place your mind and buddhi in me. Nayandu, in me or with me, whichever. In me is better, eh, auntie?
In is better.
Very, very, Krishna and Swami, they just give us, okay, try this, you may succeed. Try this, try this. Just like a teacher in a class, they will have different students, different level, different style. They will give different techniques for everyone to understand the same concept. So it's the same thing Krishna is doing.
Sai Ram, I don't know.
Jai Ramanti.
For all three methods, ego will come some or other. Even in the third step, or even in the second step, or on the first step. Right?
Yes. But along the way, it will slowly disappear, auntie. Because we'll make mistakes. How much ever we try, every time we'll mess up. So that is the Lord's way of making sure that our ego doesn't grow. So I think so. But even that he only can solve.
Keeping your menace on me means, thinking, having thoughts of the Lord. Keeping your buddhi in me, on me.
Yeah, good question. Okay, so Swami has asked us to keep the mind in him and buddhi also in him. So what's the difference? I think that's your question. I'll open it up for others to share their thoughts, please.
So, Sai Ram, brother.
Yes.
So, Swami said, okay, surrender your mind and intellect. The mind is very difficult to surrender because mind his job is always thinking. It's like a horse. The horse, if you take a horse, the parts always move, one of the part. Same thing, our mind, you cannot control it. Whatever you practice, easy to say on the book, or you can control the mind. So you can do so many meditation and everything. It's very tough. Intellect also is easy. You can surrender, but is in practical term is also very difficult. So Lord is going to the next level. It's the ego. Okay, forget these two. Now come back to ego. At least you don't have an ego. If you don't have ego, then you can surrender the fruit of the action, because you are on the Lord hand. You are the instrument, and the body is like is going to be dust one day. So the Jivatma, your Lord is inside. He is the one doer. If you think like that, then you are not going to have ego. So Lord is moving to the next one. Then it's also very difficult that intellect and mind is surrendering to the Lord. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to comment on Kalyani's question? What is it to keep the mind, keep the buddhi in God? Yes, auntie, please go ahead.
The mind has the habit of roaming here and there. It goes everywhere. Intellect is the one which should control the mind, because intellect has the capacity to discriminate what is good and what is not and where it is going. So intellect has to control the mind. That's why Swami is saying mind and intelligence both. Let intellect guide the mind, so the mind can concentrate on one's own self. Sai Ram. That's what I understand.
Okay, thank you very much, auntie. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share anything else, if you think? Yeah, just on this topic, I would like to, Swami tells buddhi or the discrimination, he actually says it in English. He says there's something called individual discrimination and fundamental discrimination. Swami says individual discriminations, buddhi, sometimes we use it for our own personal benefit. And where will I get more profit? Is it beneficial for me? And things like that. So what Swami says is that is an individual discrimination. Fundamental means, is it beneficial for everyone? Is it beneficial for my journey towards the Lord? Those are actually fundamental discrimination. And that's what fundamental discrimination, as Auntie has mentioned, that means the buddhi will always point towards the Lord. So you can use the buddhi for a variety of things in the world, but the buddhi should be fully used to push the mind to go to God.
Towards the Lord.
So that's what, thank you. That's.
So on the topic of the ahamkara, like say you try to do everything as an instrument and you think, you're just an instrument, Swami has done everything. But if something good, you get some good result and suddenly you start feeling this way that, oh, I've done something good. How do you deal with that?
That's why he said, don't give up ahankara.
How do you give it, like, what do you do with those thoughts or that feeling? Or you just kind of direct your thoughts back to God?
Okay, Kadyani is asking this question. What is the technique for giving up ahankara? If anyone remembers anything Swami has said.
Brother, yes, I'll keep that question. Can I have one more question in regards to the mind and intelligence? So why mind and intelligence? Intelligence is direct towards God. So mind is to keep your mind to have the good thoughts. That's the way we have to look at it, right? Swami's grace to earn grace to have the good thoughts. Then from there, you make the intelligent to direct towards the Lord. I'm just thinking, mind and intelligence. Mind has all kind of thoughts, right?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm just thinking. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Satya.
I don't know.
Okay.
Can you repeat your question again?
Aruna.
Sister Aruna.
No, I don't know.
No, I don't
Me.
know, brother. I have a clear ears of this.
I thought I didn't ask any question.
You said something.
I paraphrased Kalyani's question. Kalyani, maybe my paraphrasing didn't help. I think you had to repeat the question.
No, I guess try as you might, like even though you try to do everything as an instrument, like inevitably some thought comes out, oh, like, I did a good job, or something like that. Some egoistic thought, like, okay, I did something, or maybe this wouldn't have happened without me, or something like that. Then what do you do with that thought?
Correct yourself, saying that again and again. No, I'm not the doer. Bhagawan, the thought definitely comes. Whenever you do some work, definitely that thought comes to you, saying that I did it. But again and again by practicing, no, I'm not the doer. Bhagawan is the doer. Bhagawan is doing everything. That thought should be again and again practiced so that slowly we get rid of that habit. Saira.
One more thing I can add it to that also, because when you think, oh, Swami, I hope you are pleased with this offering, kind of like you think about that, then the ego will not play, I think. That's how I think that you can remove the ego. Say everything, okay, Swami, you are happy with this. Is anything, please, kind of, asking his guidance. That will remove. Thank you, Sarah.
Conversely, too, I guess if you do something bad, like the guilt, sometimes it's such a strong feeling, you can't really ignore it.
So that's the opposite of the same thing. That's the flip side of the first. You either feel, elated, or you feel guilty and depressed about something. Yes, Brother Dasan.
Yeah, Saram brother. The mind and intellect, because the intellect is the one control the, you can control the mind. Like if you want to go towards Lord, or if you want to towards worldly thing, intellect is the one play main part. So second one, that if you want to take the fruit of the action, then you have to face all the consequences, good or bad. The plus and minus is going to come. So we all going through all these problems. We are taking the fruits. If we think that I am not the doer, doer is the Lord, whatever good and bad, it goes to Him, then we are not going to go through any issues. Thank you, Sairam brother.
Thank you, brother. It's about 4:26. So, I will just do a short summary. Maybe we can revisit. I think, Kalyani, your question, and I think Sister Aruna's question. How do we get rid of this ego? The identification that I am the doer. That thinking that we are the doer comes only because we do not have clear understanding as to how things happen in this world. Swami says, ego will not come as soon as you realize how insignificant you are in this world. Okay. The reality is, even when we eat something, the digestion is not in our hands. The heart beating is not in our hands. The lungs functioning is not in our hands. We cannot change anything. If the heart doesn't work, if the lung doesn't work, we cannot accomplish anything. We can't even think. We can't get up. We can't walk. So once we are continuously aware of that, see this, every day Swami asks us to do 21 Omkarams. This 21 Omkarams, why we do, we don't know, but though Swami has explained. See, he says we should each, the eye, Panchendriyas, the Dasha Indriyas we have to look at. Then we look at the Pancha Pranas, or the 5 elements, or the 5 koshas. So that makes 20. Actually, none of them are under our in our hands. The eye has to see means I cannot think I want to see. If I am blind, how can I make it see? I cannot make it see because it's God given. When we breathe, the nose is able to breathe. We are not controlling the muscles of the nose and the lungs, which breathes. It is completely in God's hand. So if we go through every single part, we know that we don't have control over any of them. So this, if we remember every day, it is that Om which is making everything function. Then we know there's nothing we are doing. And even if we are doing without God's help, we cannot do it. If I am speaking, so many muscles are working, the lungs are working, the vocal cords are working, so many things happening without my control. Because God has blessed us with this, with this health, ability, the muscles, the functioning of all of them. That is why I'm able to do. So then how can I take credit? It's a thought process which has to come. So the thing is, every day we have to get up in the morning and remind ourselves that today I'm going to go about using all these 24 principles which God has given. Without them, I am nothing. Once we know that, we will arise from our sleep of ignorance and know it's the Lord who is functioning. It's the Lord who can wake himself and function through me. Once we remind ourselves of that, we will never have this idea of worship. We will never take credit because we have not contributed a minuscule. The only thing we can contribute is a wish, that icha. that let's accomplish this. But to accomplish this, every single detail is not possible without God's grace. But we take it for granted. And we ignore the fact that God is continuously helping us. So getting up every day and reminding ourselves that every single part of my body is functioning only with the help of God. God who is Om. The divine Om, which is in me, is the one which is making everything function, that vibration. If we remind ourselves every day, we will not take credit for anything. Even for us to speak, even for us to listen, for us to understand, comprehend, everything is the Lord. So I think with those stops, I will stop. If we continuously remind ourselves that without the Lord, we are nothing. Without the Lord, we are nothing. I think then automatically there's no scope for ego. Because he will say, I can make you dumb. I can make you anything. I can make the sky, the earth, the sky, which is what God is doing every day. So with those thoughts, we'll close for today. And we'll continue next week.
Mukam karoti vachalam.
Mukam karoti vachalam. We are actually dumb. He has made us speak.
Okay.
Thank you
It's
so much.
his divine play. All of us are just inanimate objects, jada, functioning. That's all it is.
Nothing will move without His grace.
With those thoughts, we'll close.
Okay.
Saira. Oh. Samastaloka sukhino bhavantu. Samastaloka sukhino bhavantu. Samastaloka sukhino bhavantu. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sairam, everyone.
Sai Ram.
Uh,
Bye, Ram.